A.J. Ewing was 3 for 3 with a home run against Bryce Elder first time he faced him, and he takes the first pitch of the night high for ball 1, and we're underway. 22 candles for A.J. Ewing.
Wow.
Born in Ohio on this date in 2004. Does that make you feel old?
It does.
2004.
It makes me reminds me of when I was 22.
And what do you remember about that?
I was getting ready to get sent down.
Well, A.J. Ewing's not getting sent down anytime soon. And Elder misses high 2-1. Elder's been on a roll. His last 4 starts, 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA. This is a guy who was an all-star 3 years ago. That's ripped into right field on a birthday hit for Ewing, his first time up. It sticks under the padding. Ewing will keep running just in case they don't grant the ground rule double, but they do. And so 2 bases for Ewing on his birthday. 16th double of the year.
Short, compact swing. Cutter in. Look at him go. Pull on. Get a bat barrel out. He is a very impressive. These guys are just, to me, fun to watch, and they're getting better and better by each game.
And what do we have here? I think that Andy Green is saying that that ball was not really stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it did not seem to lodge. It went under the padding, but it looked like it was still playable.
It always reminds me of the play was it Pagan who ended up with it inside the park homer at Citi Field because it went under, but it didn't lodge.
I mean, if you're Ewing, you really have to start. You have to run.
Right, you have to run all the way around the bases.
Now, he did not even get to third base. Now, you see the ball is under the padding, but it's not stuck under the padding.
The padding is high enough that it wouldn't get stuck. What you have to pay attention to when you're at the plate before the game, those are the ground rules. And sometimes the ground rules are the padding is high enough that the ball won't get stuck. You have to play it.
Yep.
I don't know what they're going to do.
They'll give him a triple if they overrule it.
Problem is that Ewing stopped before he got to third base.
He should have ran all the way around.
He should have circled the bases, and then if the Mets win the review, then he would have an inside the park home run.
Okie dokie.
Couple of rookies, A.J. Ewing and Jim Jarvis, discussing matters. So an early call for Chris Conroy and Laz Diaz, their first day in the replay center as the crew chiefs there. A sticky issue to deal with here. Andy Fletcher is the crew chief here.
Gary, umpire review here. This wouldn't be a challenge by the Mets, would it?
I think it's got to be a crew chief review, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, Keith, just so you know,
what
we have this talk back that we talk back to the truck.
Yeah.
Yours is not working.
Mine's. Oh, so I was bleeding into the broadcast.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
When I was saying turn Gary down in my ear.
We heard your very candid discussion with the truck.
I'm just so happy it was a G-rated exchange.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing personal, Gary. It just was you're very loud in my ear.
I totally understand, because I had you turned up earlier because I couldn't hear you at all in the previous segment. We have had, I mean, we've had a fire drill here in the last 20 minutes trying to get our audio correct. I was on this box and there was too much static, so they switched me to this box, and then the left ear didn't work, so they switched the headsets. And then I couldn't hear you guys. So,
you know, we've had the same crew here forever. They are the greatest guys that work here in this booth. And it's just, it happens sometimes. I always feel like nothing works here until about 5 seconds before we go on air.
Well, you know, we showed the truck pulling in at 6 a.m. Maybe next time they should get here at 5:30.
I think because we've had a trouble flying with the team, all of our people. I think Greg and his crew should get in the truck and drive it themselves to when we get to the next city. Just stay in the truck so when they get there, everything's ready at 7:50.
Gary, I still need you to be turned down in my ear.
There's nothing I can do about it, Keith.
You're blowing my eardrums out.
It's way beyond my pay grade. Meanwhile, Bryce Elder's thrown 4 pitches in this game and now having to stand around for like 5 minutes while the guys in New York parse whether this should be a double or a triple. It's a little hard to understand why it would take so long unless they were still at at their pregame meal and not ready to sit down at the console.
That's right. That's right.
Guys, the games have started. There's a challenge. First batter of the game.
Gary, not so loud.
I'll knock softly.
Uber Eats is here. Well, I think
I can still hear you, Keith.
You can. I was being very sneaky. I
mean, for us as a group, when the talk back doesn't work, there's a real good chance one of us doesn't make it to tomorrow.
I've always felt as though the conversation on the talk back, especially Keith's conversation on the talk back, that's what we should be putting on the air.
I agree.
The ball was not lodged under the wall. It was sitting underneath the padding, not lodged into the padding. The runner has been awarded second base. New York will retain their challenge.
I don't understand. If it wasn't lodged, it should have been in play, and he should have been awarded third base. And Andy Green's going to come out and ask exactly that question.
He didn't need to be awarded second base. He had second base.
Exactly.
I mean, what was the point of the review? Was it because Ewing did not continue to third base? Is that why they're not giving him third?
Maybe that's it. Yeah, he really should have continued on. But listen. How are you supposed to know that?
Right, you're playing the umpire's call. The umpire puts up two fingers, you go back to second base. But if Ewing had circled the bases, I have to think they would have given him a home run.
Well, in fact, Gary, if I remember it right, the umpire came almost right in front of him and put two fingers up, stopping him from running.
Right.
Right?
So he stops right there and never gets the third. And I have to imagine that's why they're not awarding him third base, even though they said that the ball was not lodged.
Well, that's quite a birthday present. Jeez.
Well,
can't get those 5 minutes back.
You know, it's a present that you take back.
That's right. There you go. Oh, re-gift it.
All right. How about the defense, Keith?
Can I do it on the talk back?
Might as well.
It's brought to you by Momo. Center field, Michael Harris. Acuna, of course, out in right field with a great arm. Couldn't display it because he played the ball as if it was dead. Olsen, of course, the three-time Gold Glover.
Francisco Lindor at the plate takes up and in for ball one. You got three Gold Glovers on the field for the Braves. Dubon in left and Murphy behind the plate. Only his 7th game of the year. Sean Murphy had hip surgery in the offseason. Then when he came back, he broke a finger. Grounded to the right side and played by Albies. So Lindor with a productive out gets Ewing over to third with one away.
Albies was really shifted into that 3-4 hole.
Yep.
Took away that chance of a ground ball hit.
So now Bo Bichette coming off a 5-hit game yesterday. He was on base 6 times. 3 singles, 2 doubles, and a walk. And the Braves will bring their infield in the first inning. If you go back the last 72 games, Bo Bichette is hitting .298. So basically he's been himself for almost 3 months. He just didn't get off to a very good start. And he knows it, and he's felt the effect of it. He grounds that one through the hole for a base hit, and that brings home Ewing with the game's first run. So Bichette with his 6th consecutive hit, and the Mets have a run home 3 batters into the game. It's 1-0.
60th RBI on the season for Bo. And you know, with 42 games left, he's got an outside shot at 90 RBI. He'd really have to keep it going and get a lot of opportunities, but certainly well within 80, 85 for the season.
So now Carson Bench, who has been on a tear of his own, last 11 games hitting .386. Missed the 1 game Saturday after he banged his wrist Friday night. Came right back with a vengeance yesterday and had 2 hits and a walk.
His average is all the way up to .272.
Bichette at first with 1 out. And Elder continues to miss high out of the strike zone. When we saw Elder in June in New York, he struggled in that game as well. Gave up 6 runs in 4 innings.
Well, he hasn't had great success against the Mets, even though he's 3-1 lifetime against the Mets. His ERA is at 5.
And a snap throw by Murphy, and Bichette gets his hand back in. Well, even with getting shut out Saturday night, the Mets have averaged 7 runs per game in these 6 games since the trading deadline.
The 12 home runs are very impressive.
See if Benj is swinging 3-0, and he does, and he comes up empty. Elder's velocity looks like it is down early in this game. That last sinker was 89 miles an hour.
He's coming off his most impressive start. 7 innings, a 1-hit ball in his last start.
Drops the slider in for a strike, and it's 3-2. And that was against the Marlins last Wednesday. 1 hit in 7 innings, and he only threw 84 pitches to get through 7 innings, so he was extremely efficient in that game. Jared Young waiting on deck. Full count to Benj. Bichette at first with 1 out. He's running, and Benj takes inside ball 4. Murphy makes the throw. Don't abandon the base. He was called out, but the second base umpire Andy Fletcher didn't realize it was ball 4.
I thought it was strike 3. To be honest with you, I would challenge that call.
Well, Murphy did not challenge the call. He threw the ball to second base.
But they still give you a chance to challenge it, and he did not.
Now, you know, Murphy is new to this. He didn't have a spring training this year. He's only played a handful of games.
I thought this is strike 3 right there. Inside corner, pitcher's pitch. Umpire snoozing back there.
So 2 aboard for Jared Young, who had 3 hits yesterday. And he takes it high. So Elder continues to miss up out of the strike zone.
Which is just the opposite of where he's supposed to be. He likes to pitch down in the strike zone. You see him wiping his hand, trying to get some of the sweat off his hand.
Well, generally a ground ball pitcher, 43% ground ball rate.
He's not going to get ground balls up in the strike zone. And it's been pretty much hot and humid all around the country. So, I mean, particularly back east and in the Midwest.
I mean, it's not that hot by Atlantic.
No, it's beautiful here. I wonder if Murphy doubted challenging that pitch because he came out to throw to second, and it kind of, you know, he didn't have a feel for whether how high it was in the strike zone.
Yeah, he was in motion.
Yeah.
1-0 to Young, and he drives one into right field. Acuna comes in. He has to play it on a hot base hit. Bichette had to hold up. He'll go to third, and the throw to second not in time to get Benj. And the Mets have the bases loaded. A seed off the bat of Jared Young.
Young continues to hit. Starting to hit left-handers too, getting a chance to play. It's a hanging cutter, and everybody has to freeze here because you're not sure Acuna's going to make the play.
He's fortunate that ball didn't bounce past him.
He made a heck of a play to keep it in front, right, and to make that play.
So the Mets have 3 hits in this opening inning, a run already in, and now Marcus Semien will bat with the bases loaded.
So Bichette here, he's perfect. Well, it's fine what he did. Once you're that far out and it drops, you're not going to score.
Also, there's no reason to go back. You're not going to be able to tag up against the arm of Acuna, even if he catches it.
I mean, his arm is so good, he almost forced Benj at second base.
Yes.
Semien swings and misses at a changeup, and it's 1-1. Marcus has a home run on his ledger against Elder, and he's been hot lately. Last 14 games, Marcus has a .941 OPS. Bichette at third, Benj at second, Young at first with 1 out. Elder needing a ground ball in the worst way.
Elder is interesting because he has reverse splits. He handles the lefties better than he handles the righties. The righties' OPS is about over 100 points higher.
Righty's batting average .280 against him. Lefty's just .198. Braves starters have been on a roll. And a check swing foul. Braves starters have gone 18 straight games without giving up more than 3 runs.
Yeah. They got 9 straight wins at home. Gary, I hope I didn't repeat you.
No, you didn't.
They're on a 9-game home streak.
1-2 coming. And Semien goes down swinging.
Got a foul tip? No, he didn't make contact.
Good slider by Elder to get Semien for the second out.
This year, Elder has used a little bigger slider, a little slower slider to try to get the right-hand hitter off that pitch.
Boy, you just hate to leave in the first inning. You hate to leave the bases loaded, leave runners out there.
It's okay because Ronnie's pick to click is up.
That's right.
Oh.
Here we go.
Brett Baty with the bases loaded and 2 out. And he flies one to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track looking up, and it's out of here. Brett Baty with a grand slam. Ronnie's pick to click, and he clicks for 4 runs.
Oh, wow, Ron.
The Mets' 3rd grand slam of the season. Brett Baty's 8th home run of the year. Brett Baty at Truist Park. Pick to click, 5-0 New York. Ronnie, how'd you do it?
Really?
I'll take donations from the other Mets players for tomorrow's game. I just think, when I think of Brett Baty, I think of a guy that sometimes has a hard time with real high velocity, and you get a lot of slow stuff from Elder, and he got the perfect pitch.
Well, that Braves streak of 18 straight games with their starters not giving up more than 3 runs has come to an end.
It's a hanging breaking ball, just a floater, and that's right down the pipe, and Brett just covered it.
Well, what do you got next, Nostradamus?
A casino tonight for us 3.
Oh, count me in.
Powerball ticket. Whatever.
First career grand slam for Brett Baty. Off the end of the bat by Polanco, charging Riley, and he bobbles in, and Polanco's safe at first. Riley had to come in a long way just to get it, and then could not snag it cleanly in the glove, and Polanco's aboard. We'll score that a base hit for Polanco.
O'Reilly's got a great glove, and it's on the exchange. Whoop.
Those plays are made less often now because of the depth of the third baseman.
Yes.
No more David Wrights.
So a first inning at bat for the number 9 hitter, Francisco Alvarez, who went 2 for 6 in the series in Pittsburgh. And he takes off the plate with a cutter, ball 1.
So the Mets offense continues to be running on high octane. Supreme.
It's expensive.
Well, $5 plus gasoline deserves 5 runs in the first inning.
What they used to call in the old days when you got it was called Ethel.
Ethel, yeah.
Ethel.
High test.
I remember high test as a kid.
Ethel, I remember Ethel when gas was 29 cents a gallon.
We never had to worry about high test. None of the cars we had would ever take high test.
Elder just trying to get out of the first inning alive. There's nobody up behind him in the bullpen. He's about to throw his 29th pitch. And Alvarez lines one into left center for a base hit. Polanco pulls in at second. So the Mets barrage continues. That is their 6th hit of this opening inning. And now they'll bat around.
His breaking ball is just not very sharp.
Yeah, I said it. He took a little bit off it, made it a little bigger. But boy, the Mets hitters have been right on it.
Jeremy Hefner, former Mets pitching coach, now serving in that role with the Braves. They've had a terrific year pitching this year, but they did not make a move for a starting pitcher at the deadline. They got Tyler Mahle in a small deal, and they improved their bullpen by getting Brent Suter. They tried to get Jacob deGrom, but Jake turned down the deal.
Yeah.
And so a Braves staff that's been operating without a lot of pieces this year, but has held up its end, still is a question mark as they move down the stretch. Here's Ewing. That's a birthday wish, right? 2 at bats in the first inning.
Right.
He doubled into the right field corner. to start the game. That led to a 5-minute delay as they tried to ascertain where to place him, and perhaps that's had an effect on Elder.
It was that June start that you were talking about that Elder gave up those 10 hits and 6 runs. Ewing took him deep in that ball game.
Yeah, Simeon also both solo shots.
Ewing's now 4 for 4 against Elder, and that one bounces in front of Murphy, who's able to block it.
Ronnie, I know that you probably had an inning like this in you in your career.
Oh man,
what do you do?
I'm just telling you, the world moves so fast when you're going through an inning like this. You don't feel like you have any pitch that can get anyone out. It's a very strange place. It's a very lonely place when you're having this kind of inning. You know, you've prepared, Keith, 4 or 5 days to be ready for your day. And this is the day you're having.
Yep.
It's no good.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2 to Ewing. And A.J. rockets one out to right, but this one is playable for Acuna, and that retires the side.